Cheers, guys. Epix 911, welcome to the Wednesday, September 13th, 2017 edition of VR News. Let's talk about first-person shooter games. Pretty much every friend, acquaintance, person that I know that likes FPS games is playing PUBG. I'm not exaggerating, it's pretty much everybody that I know, and that includes a hell of a lot of you guys as well. I see those of you who are on my Steam clocking hour upon hour on this game. It's obviously pretty good. So my buddies keep telling me I'm just not in the mood for FPS games. When I do play, it's still mostly virtual reality. So if you're looking for an FPS game and you've got friends like me that are doing a lot of playtime in PUBG, I'm not going to pretend it's on the same level. It's not. It's a one-person dev team, Onward by Dante Buckley. However, if I didn't tell you it was a one-person dev team, you'd probably believe it was created by a team of people. It is very polished. It's had constant updates since launch, and not just bug fixes, feature updates, a lot of them. So, Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, multiplayer, there's even single-player possibilities with this game. This weekend, it's free. After the weekend, it's going to go back to its price of $24.99 US. You can find that on Steam, like I mentioned, for Rift and Vive. So definitely, if you're in the mood for FPS but want to do it in virtual reality, give Onward a shot. Next up, ARKTIKA.1 or .1. This is the sci-fi shooter from Metro developers 4A Games. We've got a launch date for Oculus Rift of October 10th. Also, pre-orders currently live as of today on the Oculus Store. If you pick it up, you can get it for 10% discount off of the game's $30 US price tag. If you haven't heard of this game, it's pretty damn good looking. I may or may not have a trailer up right now. It depends. I've been copyright issued with this before using their trailer. Hopefully that's not the case. But if you haven't heard of it, it's a world that's basically plunged into a new ice age. You play the role of a security employee. I know that's not terribly original, nor is the rest of this. In a citadel, in an outpost. However, here's where things get a little bit more original. It's a Russian outpost. It's the year 2020, and it's in the Vostok region of Russia. And even for an FPS game, just a note, it is very gun-centric, extra gun-centric. There's a lot going on gun-wise here in terms of variety. A bunch of different futuristic pistols to collect and customize with a number of parts as you sweep through the base looking for baddies. While my other friends had cool parents that listened to Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Stones, Deep Purple, etc., mine listened to Pussycat, Dolly Parton, Demis Roussos, and ABBA. And don't get me wrong, ABBA was big, and I'm sure I probably sang along to a few ABBA songs with my mom and dad. I'm not going to pretend I didn't, and they were popular to many people in the world. Well, ABBA, along with Simon Fuller, he's the former Spice Girls manager, they are working on bringing the Swedish group into virtual reality via digital representations of how they looked at their peak in popularity, which of course the 1970s. And that's one of the things that has prevented the band from touring. One of their biggest concerns, in fact their overriding concern, is how they would appear on stage and the letdown of what they are now versus what they were at their peak. Hey, whatever the reason, that's an issue for them. So along comes virtual reality, and now using this technology, they are going to create digital representations of the four of them. My understanding is going to be their current voices, how they sound now, but how they looked in the 1970s, and they're going to tour with that application. I don't know exactly what that means. If that means it's going to appear just on stuff like Viveport and Oculus Home, within a given time frame, or it's an online streaming event, I'm really not sure. If I find out, I will update you guys. It's not going to be ready for a while. 2019 2019. So yeah, we got a couple of years to go. But if you are a diehard ABBA fan, like my parents, there you go. You're welcome. And next up, our last story, the Herocade bundle. It's been available here in North America for pretty much the entire year. Now it's available for those of you in the European Union, as well as those of you in Australia and New Zealand. And the price, not too damn bad. This is 9 games for basically €12. So just a little over €1 per game. Dread Halls alone is probably worth a $5 in my opinion. Not a bad game. Now, granted, these are pulpier type games. Quick, dirty, simple, fun, some of them. A couple of others are throwaway titles. But again, €12, not too bad at all for that many games. Guys, that is it for the Wednesday edition. Hump Day officially in the books. The weekend draws near. Guys, as always, cheers.